This is us. This is our phone. So apparently we're boarding this plane 20 minutes ago, but you know that's flying, isn't it, really? Soon we'll be in the air on our way. 6-hour flight direct from Huatulco, Mexico to Vancouver, British Columbia, from 26 degrees to maybe 3 or 4 degrees. Yeah. We've managed to escape Mexico. They let us out.
We've come to Mexico and we survived.
We survived.
So people were scared of us coming to Mexico. But
I was scared.
we did it. We lived to tell the tale.
We survived, and now we're on a WestJet flight to Vancouver, and I'm a bit more scared of going to Vancouver than I was coming to Mexico. Because it's like 9 degrees during the day and 2 degrees at night. Yeah.
Very mixed emotions.
Yeah, it's been a bit tough couple of days really, with saying goodbye to friends and goodbye to beaches and sunshine and warm weather.
What's one of your, I'm not going to say best because there's been a lot of great memories, but what's something that stands out for you?
I guess just the diversity of the people and the culture and the food and all of those sorts of things. It's been good. Yeah. Just everything really. I love Mexico. It's been awesome. Love the beaches. Puerto Escondido's like paradise.
The country, the people, the food, Mexico, you really have stolen our heart. And let's have a look. We've got some wonderful memories. Mexico is a pretty large country. Area, it covers almost 2 million square kilometres. It's the third largest Latin American country after Brazil and Argentina. In regards to population, there's about 128 million people in Mexico, and I'm sure there's probably another couple of million in expats there.
Teotihoucan is a UNESCO site with over 2,000 years of history. However, little is known about it, who originally built the pyramids. The Pyramid of the Moon was used to conduct ceremonies in the honour of the goddess of water, fertility and the earth. The views from the top were amazing, looking down the Avenue of the Dead, which is 4 kilometres long. The Pyramid of the Sun is the third largest pyramid in the world. It is currently the highest pyramid that you can still climb.
Just south of Mexico City is the state of Morelos, and the capital is Cuernavaca. For us it was just a big city, wasn't one of our favourite spots, but there was a beautiful little town called Tepoztlan. At the top of the mountain range that overlooks Tepoztlan is a pyramid. We climbed up there first thing in the morning. Highly recommended because it's very hot, it's very steep and it's a very rugged climb. The vista at the top is spectacular and it was worth the climb and the sweat and the aching bones. Northwest of Mexico City is the state of Guanajuatu. There's a beautiful town called San Miguel de Allende. It's got all these cute little narrow cobblestone streets and this beautiful church in the main Zocalo area. If we see a local event, we tend to try and go to those just to get a good feel for the culture, the history of the place. This one we attended, we were the only gringos there I think, but we had a fun day. It was really nice to see.
We were lucky enough to be in San Miguel de Allende during the Easter parades, which is the Semana Santes. And this particular crazy gathering is La Quema de Judas, which is the burning of the Judas. It's an ancient Mexican custom brought by the Spanish colonisers during very early history, and it's a custom practiced in other Catholic countries as well. It's a scapegoating ritual to commemorate Judas's betrayal of Christ. It takes place on Sábado de Gloria, or Holy Saturday, just before Easter Sunday, and it's usually in public squares. These large paper mache figures of Judas, which are now represented by the devil, formerly burned, but now in Mexico almost always like blown to pieces, as you'll see, by fireworks. Some of the figures now are not just the devil or Judas, they are figures which may be unpopular in Mexican culture.
The state next to Guanajuatu is Jalisco and the capital is Guadalajara. The city is the second largest in Mexico. Guadalajara metropolitan is just over 5 million people. The city hosted the Pan American Games back in 2011, and also the city has hosted a couple of FIFA World Cups in the past. An area of Guadalajara is Tlaquepaque, and it's super cute and lots of colour and fun. It's a great spot to just have a walk around the streets and look in the shops. There's a lot of glass blowing artists here in this area, and there's also a trolley tour that you can do as well. Lake Chapala and Ajijic sit on Mexico's largest freshwater lake, has really mild temperatures all year round, and has the largest concentration of expats in Mexico. It's all about the food with us. This does look a little bit morbid. This is on the wall of a primary school, but it's actually to remember or to memorialise the dead that once called this part of Mexico home. Inside each of these clay skulls can hold a candle, and it's lit around dates like Day of the Dead. It's a wonderful festival to see, and it's on late October, early November each year. We did a couple of day trips out of Lake Chapala, just out into some little towns. It was nice just to get out. One was Mazamitla. The town has a bit of a Swiss influence about it. And the other one was Atoyac. There wasn't a lot here in Atoyac, but it was nice to get amongst the people and just enjoy lunch in a little town. We had a day at Guachimontones. Interesting feature is that the pyramids are circular. They're also known as the green pyramids because in the rainy season they're entirely green. Unfortunately we didn't get to see that, but I would love to go back and see that one day. The next state along is Michoacan, and the capital is Morelia, and it is one of the most beautiful cities in Mexico. Full of historic buildings and colonial architecture. In the heart of the city is a beautiful cathedral with Baroque style architecture. What I've done is a blog on Morelia, and I'll leave the details below. This city doesn't seem to appear on the tourist hit list, but if you're coming to Mexico, I highly recommend visiting Morelia. Southwestern Mexico is the state of Guerrero. The state is named after Vicente Guerrero, who was the second president of Mexico. Perched up in the mountains at 1,755 metres is the town of Taxco, a mining centre in pre-Columbian times and was one of the first inhabited mining centres of the Spaniards. Current days, the town or city is still renowned for its silver. It's a charming town with lots of little cobblestone streets, and a lot of the houses are painted white. And also right in the centre of Taxco is a beautiful Baroque style church called Santa Prisca. On to our favourite state, Oaxaca. Where do I start? We love this state and we spend a lot of time here. Known for its food, home of mezcal, mountains, has Mayan ruins, pyramids, Monte Alban. Monte Alban is just on the outskirts of Oaxaca City. You can just catch a taxi there.
Also in the state of Oaxaca is Hierve el Agua, the petrified waterfalls. This area consists of waterfall-like formations which are formed over thousands of years. As the water runs down the rock face, it forms large stalactites similar to those found in caves. The calcium carbonate in the water gives the formations a white or near white appearance. Water in the pools at the top come from fissures in the mountainside and contain high levels of minerals and are reputed to have very good healing qualities.
Oaxaca has some of the best beaches in the world. They're just beautiful. You can swim all year round as well. There's lots of outdoor activity to do, and the locals are very welcoming and friendly.
Go, 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 go! Yeah!
Dia de los Muertos celebration usually involves putting up altars with candles, sugar skulls, marigolds, food and other beverages. The ofrendos, or offerings, are gifts for the dead, and when decorating their gravestones, it usually includes the deceased's favourite things as well. In Porto, the local schools complete a sand sculpture on the pathway leading to the graveyard. It really is a true celebration of life, and it's not something that's a sad thing. Mexico's most southern state is Chiapas, home of a popular and colourful town called San Cristobal de las Casas, a colonial city with narrow streets and colourful houses. The state is home to one of the largest indigenous populations in Mexico, and around a quarter of the people speak a Mayan dialect. It's a really beautiful state with lots of mountains and deep canyons and Mayan archaeological ruins. We've uploaded a couple of videos while we're in the state of Chiapas. One is Palenque Ruins, Sumidero Canyon, and also Yaxchilan and Bonampak ruins. They're all absolutely magnificent, and it is one of the states that you need to get to if you come to Mexico. The tour for Yaxchilan and Bonampak you can take from Palenque. You can also take it from San Cristobal, but it is a very long day. Just windy roads and early start, but it really is worth it. It's a fantastic day to get out and see the ruins. The next state along on the Mexican Gulf, a tiny little state called Tabasco, and no, it's not named after the sauce. One of the things we've learnt about Mexico and the Mexicans is that they're not afraid of colour. So the houses, the churches, they're all beautiful colours, and Paraíso is definitely a testament to that. We did find time to visit Comalealco. It's not on the high on the tourist hit list. We actually had the place to ourselves. It's the westernmost city of the Mayan civilization. We only had a short visit to the state of Campeche on our way across to the other side of Mexico to the Caribbean. But while we were here, we took the opportunity to visit Balamku archaeological ruins. The ruins were only discovered back in 1990, so not that long ago. Its main feature is the elaborate stucco frieze. It's about 20 metres wide, and it depicts the mythological creatures of giant frogs, rising kings, serpents and jaguars. It was very impressive. We really enjoyed our visit here. Onto a very popular state of Quintana Roo, and the capital is Chetumal. From Chetumal you can actually see Belize, and there is water taxis, so easy access to do a trip over there. Lake Bacalar is a long and narrow lake, approximately 42 kilometres long north-south, and at its widest it's only 2 kilometres. We were pleasantly surprised to see in Bacalar lagoons that there are stromatolites. These are Mother Nature's water filtration system, and there's only a few places in the world where stromatolites actually grow, and Bacalar is one of those. We did do a blog on Bacalar lagoons on our website at aussietravellers.com. It really is stunning and one of the beauties of the world. I must say, Mexico has no shortage of archaeological ruins. Thought that Cajon Ridge was a regional city in its day and used as a stopover for traders along the southern trade route. There is some well-preserved stucco masts on the site, some standing at 2.5 metres tall. The trees looked amazing, and it was like Mother Nature trying to take back the site. Site of a pre-Columbian Mayan walled city which once served as a port in its day. It's the only ruins we saw on our travels around Mexico, which was perched up on a cliff with ocean views, and luckily also comes with a breeze because it's super hot in Quintana Roo in the summer.
We're at Cenote Blooper. We're at Cenote Cristalino, south of Playa del Carmen, in between Playa del Carmen and Acumal. Are made up of, I think it was 2 or 3 different little pools. Beautiful crystal clear water, lots of fish, and as you can see behind us, a really lovely jungle setting. So a cenote is a body of water that was at one stage underground, like an underground river system that ate away at the limestone or the rock and formed a cave, and it's cold, yeah, because this is still part of an underground water system, so the water is actually flowing underground at a lot of points in time, and then it surfaces here. You jump down into the cenote. Might be the best way to get into the water if it's really cold.
We're here at Cenote Jardin, and it looks pretty amazing. Let's have a look.
This particular cenote was really good for snorkeling, and there was quite a few people scuba diving as well. In the middle it was quite deep, and as you can see the water is super clear. On our way to San Miguel de Cozumel in the Ultramar car ferry, and it's just off Playa del Carmen, maybe an hour in the car ferry and about half an hour in the passenger ferry. The island of Cozumel is a very popular spot. It's got beautiful beaches for snorkeling and scuba diving, and also it's very popular as a cruise ship terminal. In the high season they have 14 cruise ships a day coming. We were glad we were there in the low season, about 4 or 5 a day. Popular with the tourists is hiring scooters and taking a ride around the island to some of the more remote beaches.
Mandatory to get your thongs up as soon as you hit the sand. Nothing like feeling sand between your toes when you come to the beach. That's what I love about the beach.
Okay, so it's not as blue as normal because the sun is behind a cloud, but you'll definitely see it shortly.
That's it, that's the end of our journey in Cozumel. We've been here twice now. Yeah, twice now. We've done 4 house sits here, which has been a real experience. Not something we were expecting. We never thought we would come to Cozumel. It was never planned, but thoroughly enjoyed it. Adios.
About half an hour south of the busy resort city of Cancun is Puerto Morelos. It's a charming town that currently hasn't been destroyed by tourism, but yet it has a lot to offer. Things like snorkeling, scuba diving and fishing, and it has the world's second largest barrier reef. Oh yeah, it also has a crooked lighthouse.
Straighten up. Oh, it's straighten
Just 10 miles from the mainland is a little piece of paradise called Isla Holbox. The mode of transport on the island is the 4x4 dune buggies. The island is definitely a place you want to kick off your shoes and just relax. The waters are shallow and beautiful, and it's nice just to hang out in a hammock or sit in a restaurant by the beach. This is where the Caribbean and the Gulf of Mexico meet. Also the street art, there's quite a bit there on the island. And the sunsets were absolutely amazing. Once again, if you're interested, we have written a blog on Isla Holbox. The final state is the Yucatan. From Rio Lagartos, we headed off to Los Colorados in search of pink flamingos. We found pink water, large mounds of salt, but only a couple of flamingos off in the distance. We were sure they were there, but we just didn't see them. Bummer. Also, we had an afternoon at Progresso, and it's just a quick half an hour Uber ride from Merida. Our favourite spot in the Yucatan, but Valladolid. It's a walkable city, and there's something really lovely about it. The town has a lovely feel. We visited it twice while we were in Mexico. Just something we really liked about it. Can't put my finger on what it is. The Historians believe that cenotes were used by the Mayans for ceremonial purposes, including human and animal sacrifices. The sacrifices were in hope of getting rain from the gods. We could go on and on about Mexico and all the things there is to offer, but we're out of time. So until we meet again, Mexico, adios.
It's hard to say goodbye, but hopefully we'll be back.
Yeah.
Alright.
Hasta luego, Mexico.
Hasta luego.
It's more adios than hasta luego.
Oh no, we'll see you later, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll be back.
Hasta luego, Mexico.
What's wrong?
Hot.
Why?
Did you put this habaneros in?
Yeah, yes. I love habaneros.
Lesson learned, never share your taco. It is hot.
It's good, isn't it?